Hello, hello, hello. Greetings and salutations, beautiful souls. My name is Alicia Bharani Matahari. I am the Heart Whisperer. I would like to welcome subscribers, regulars, first-timers, and occasional drop-ins. A very warm welcome. I am privileged and honored to read for you. I'm so glad you stopped by. I'm so grateful to have you here. So thank you for being here, and I adore you all. So today we are asking for a surprise message for you. We have 3 piles today. Pile number 1 with this perception card. Pile number 2 with the card of romantic love. And pile number 3 with the third eye chakra card. So take a moment and decide which pile is for you, and I am going to get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1, you chose this gorgeous perception card. And the message on the perception card is the frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. Beautiful. So immediately I'm seeing a lot of orbs, and it's reminding me of the moon actually. And then I'm seeing a border of the void, and that's bringing me to the message in the card, the edges. So I feel like my pile number 1, that your perception is shifting and changing. You're exploring the edges of maybe some event in your life, maybe some karmic lessons that you've learned, some ways of thinking, and it would absolutely track with what's going on in the world. There's new information that's coming to light more and more every week as I film this in March of 2026. We've just had some eclipse seasons. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the media. I'm living in the United States, so we've had some very active stuff happening there, both politically and in the media space, in the cultural space. But it's not limited to just that. There's things happening all over the world. And I'm noticing that information is coming to light, and it might not be coming to light through necessarily in your case. Maybe some facts are coming to the surface, some information is being revealed that has been hidden over time. I'm seeing this as being kind of almost a windmill shape that's moving as the information, the air gets through. And the air could also be your intuition, right? Though it might be that your ability to go beyond your existing perceptions is helping you put together and piece together some information that's helping you drive yourself forward and paint a picture for yourself in truth, because I'm also being drawn to the higher heart chakra of the turquoise, the blue of the throat chakra, and we've got some kind of yellowy green here as well, which is giving me heart chakra and almost like a partnership with the heart chakra and the solar plexus chakra. So I feel like this change in perception is as a result of inner work that you've done. And of course, the borders of what is here is almost like a void. So you might be coming out of like a dark night of the soul where you were not getting the information that you needed for closure, but you went within and you revealed some information to yourself through your meditative practices, through your higher understanding, through connecting with your inner being, is what I'm seeing for you very much. Pile number 1. So let's pull some tarot and go a little bit deeper into the message for you, pile number 1, and get some more details for you. Okay. Death card. Wow. 9 of Wands. King of Wands. Six of Wands. Lots of Wands energy. Wow. Eight of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. My goodness. Justice. Lady Justice herself. And the Eight of Wands. Wow. This is really giving, you know, spiritual fire. You may have really had a huge spiritual awakening recently. I feel like I'm seeing flames, like a burning of Camelot's burning, a burning down of old structures. I'm almost nearly surprised that the Tower card didn't come out. From the Death card, what I'm getting for this is that the rider in death is in, the armor is black and it's on a white horse. And I'm getting that whatever, and the reverse is true for the flag. So a message is being heralded to you that you're on the right track, that what you're leaving behind, I'm seeing is blessed, is truthful. I'm seeing a lot of blue here in the landscape. So you might have been really emotionally invested in it. But I feel like in this time of maybe hermitude, solitude, or healing, or whatever this ending was for you and what area of life it was for you, I'm seeing it being very, very necessary and clear cut, but also that a new dawn is breaking. There's a rebirth happening here. You've had to have strength. This is reminding me of the woman in the Strength card. You've had to really be vigilant in your believing of the truth, in your standing in the truth. So it may be that you've been defamed. It may be that you've been gaslit. It could go either way. I'm also noticing the red shoes and the red sail. And what this is kind of signifying to me is, and the red eye on the horse, is that the truth is being grounded in. And as you leave this old situation, this old way of being, this old way of thinking, maybe it was a relationship, maybe it was a job, a career, whatever it was, it might have been a toxic situation, whatever this rebirth is. And it doesn't necessarily have to have been a bad thing, because the death can also be a celebration of, you know, I'm seeing a celebration of life. So maybe one chapter has ended. Maybe it was, you know, unhealthy, or maybe it's just time for it to move on. But actually, now that I'm looking at the Nine of Wands, and we have the King of Wands and the Death card facing both this figure and the Nine of Wands, I feel like you could have been really burdened by whatever this situation was. And that is giving wounded warrior as well, pile number one. So this figure is battered and bruised. He's got a bandage on his head. He's hanging onto one of those wands. The wands are planted. There's growth coming out of them. So whatever this battle is that you've been through, there's a fruitfulness coming out of your struggle, the burdens that you've had to carry. But now it's time that you're able to lay them to rest. From the Death card as well, I'm very much getting the higher learning, the higher harvesting of the lessons from this. And I'm getting that from the riches in the ground. I'm hearing that phrase, you can't take it with you. And the lessons are being blessed. I'm also getting out of the mouths of babes. So there could have been children involved in this situation, or maybe you were a child. Maybe this is some childhood stuff that you're leaving in the past. And the horse is signifying you're being led in purity, but you're also at an elevated position, and you're large and in charge in your own life. You've probably had to have been very creative in order to navigate whatever this set karmic cycle was, this previous chapter was. And then he's donned in the orange, and that's giving strong sacral chakra to me as well. So there could have been a lot of emotional fuel that you were able to temper and turn into creativity. Maybe you're an artist. You've got some level of mastery, and he's left holding one wand. So he's gone from the Nine of Wands to the King of Wands, and he's looking back at what he's been through, but now he's in a position of a king, which is mastery. You're looking back, you have mastered whatever this area of your life or this phase of your life is, and then you move into success. Again, he's carrying the wand. We've got the white horse repeated again. He's seated on the horse that's on a green covering, and that's signifying to me that you've really managed to create some success out of what mattered to you in your heart space, that you've really been able to go and come at it from both a heart space plus in order to get to this level of success, you need to be balanced in your emotions, and we've already seen some alchemy here happening with that. And also discernment to be creative, to get out of certain situations that would have been very, let's say, emotionally tumultuous for you. If this doesn't resonate, pile number one, you might want to try a different pile. But I'm seeing you have really weathered some intense stuff, and there's a celebration. You know, you've become a leader. We've got leadership in the King of Wands, and that's signifying to me self-leadership. But on to success here. He's above his people, his peers. So you may have become some sort of leader to a group as part of an outcome of your success. Maybe you're sharing your story and you're guiding people through that. There's mad respect coming through for this person here. And it's come out of hard work, but I also see that it's the start of a new journey, that with the Eight of Pentacles, that you're crafting yourself, and that you're grounding in, and that you're building now from this really beautiful, beautiful place. The Knight of Wands in this case is signifying to me for you that you've got some real passion, and you're able to pour that into whatever it is that you're manifesting. And that Lady Justice here, what I notice about her again is the green. So she is shrouded in heart chakra energy. She's shrouded in that, and the heart as well as being a loving space. To be in a loving space also requires discernment. The heart is also an air chakra. She is the sword of truth pointing up towards the heavens, and she's holding the scales of justice, which are balanced at this time. I'm also seeing two pillars, which are giving me kind of robust, strong foundation for where you're going to next. And I see this coming in very, very quickly for you. She's also wearing red to me, which is signifying to me that there's stability in what you're building. There's stability in how you're taking now that creativity, and it's fast moving, and you're putting it out into the world in your next phase, in your next place. So that's a very clear message for you. Let's just pull a couple of these cards for you and see if there's any other messages for you. The Wounded Warrior always signifies to me having often a solo journey. Awakening. Oh, wow. So that's very synchronistic. We talked about, like, maybe you have just had, you've just come out of a dark night of the soul, or you've had a big psychic awakening. And then you've got the awakening card. And then we've got the green here for the shark, for the heart chakra. But you've got all the sacred geometry. Like, look at this person is levitating, meditating in space. So maybe you've really opened through this space that you're in and all this sacred geometry, that you've really gained some through these struggles, through having to navigate these challenges. You really connected with your and purified your light body. You've really purified your channels. You've really been able to connect to your inner being, to your psychic gifts, and to your spirit team. This is so beautiful, pile number and pile number 1. And we've got manifest. So co-creation, gratitude, divine alignment, joyful visions. So you can see the wings here. She's green, again, heart chakra, manifest. You're manifesting now from a place of light, from a place of purity, from a place, from a healthy, balanced place, and again, I'm just seeing the Justice card peeking out from underneath. So no matter where you are in your life story, if you have been through it, which these cards are absolutely suggesting for me that you have been. And look, she's got 2 orbs in her hand, and transformation for the butterfly, which is echoing the rebirth of the death card. Your next chapter, that's the message for you, pile number 1. Your next chapter. I think what's really the essence of this message is that you might be surprised at the ease with which you're able to manifest, whereas before it might have seemed like you were investing so heavily and so much, and you were not receiving the fruits. In fact, you were coming up against so much competition and so much burden. And now that you've worked through whatever those challenges were, or you've moved into you've developed skills, or you've developed awareness, or you've opened up yourself to psychic gifts, this manifestation for you is coming in hot, coming in quickly, and you're going to enjoy building. Whereas before it might have felt really, really just like a struggle. And I'm being called to say that it's acknowledged that you've been doing the gratitude practices. You were never doing it wrong. You were never not showing up. You were doing it afraid. You were working through karmic contracts. You were working through family karma. You were working through bloodline karma, and your spirit guides are really, really, really proud of you. I'm going to leave it there, pile number 1. I'm sending you lots of love, and I hope that you feel called to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And oh my gosh, my candle. Wow, the glass just cracked. So you've shattered some glass ceiling here, pile number 1. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to leave it there, pile number 1. Thank you, and I hope to see you again at a reading. Pile number 2. You chose the card of romantic love. You were drawn to this card, card number 39. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience and reflection of a conscious lover. Gorgeous. So immediately, I'm being drawn to the support. So I feel like you've done a lot of inner work and reflection and inner building yourself up to be a romantic partner that is worthy of the romantic partner that you would want to have in your life. If you are single, I see that coming in for you. If you are already in a connected partnership, I see that really elevating and unfolding. I'm seeing like unfolding and refracting, and the two of you coming together in a really much more elevated, meeting at a higher intuitive level, like your intuition speaking to each other, just on a real bed of truth, both of you evolving psychically together. I'm getting that very strongly from the blue as well. And look at all these different orbs all around. Like there's so many, I can't even count them. So I'm feeling like you each have this beautiful, and I'm seeing, you know, kind of one or both of you on either side, and then here as well. And what I'm getting from that is that both of you have this commitment to a conscious evolution path, and that together that you're able to really navigate and I want to say astral travel together, and you're at a stage where you're going to be maybe unfolding into doing that together. And again, if you haven't met your partner yet and it is something that you want, I feel like that this is something that your partner or your future partner would be interested in doing with you, and would also have the inner engine and the inner and the desire and the alignment to want to go on that journey with you. And I just see you guys being able to access different realms, but together, and maybe dream share, astral project together, that kind of thing, which is very unusual. Like, I hear that more as a solo thing, but I'm hearing more and more of people coming together in consciousness and being able to do more woo-woo things, I'm just gonna say. And then of course the pink is just giving me higher heart. So I feel like you're very loving, and this love is protected by the truth. I'm getting very strong Archangel Michael vibes from this as well. So I feel like your romantic partner would be very protective of you, would also be very protective of your reputation, of your good name, of their own good name, and together you guys would go far together. And I'm feeling a longevity as well from it. So this would be the kind of partner that would be your life partner. Like, I'm seeing Sting and Trudy Styler in my mind, and they have been together for years. They're known to kind of be involved in Tantra. So maybe Tantra is something that you guys would be sharing together as well. So let's look at the tarot and go a little bit deeper. Oh, wow. Interesting energy here. So I feel like in the past, you might have been in relationships where you were breadcrumbed a bit, and that was burdensome. You or your partner, or both of you, might come together and may have this shared experience of being breadcrumbed and there being some imbalance. And sometimes the Six of Pentacles can be, the guy who's giving is like almost like he's giving to the poor. So there is a differential in power here, even though it's balanced. It's like the rich giving to the poor. That's kind of, how it could be or should be morally. But I feel like in this, I'm getting breadcrumbing from this in the past for you, and that you decided to head out on a new direction. It was burdensome, and you wanted to become your own King of Pentacles and meet your own King of Pentacles with that. You wanted to build yourself up in the world. You wanted to be stable. You wanted to have your own. You wanted to be able to choose, is what I'm getting. You didn't want to be able to be pushed by circumstance into partnering with the person that you choose to be with in a marriage. So we've got the Hierophant. You wanted to be able to collaborate with your partner. You wanted to be able to have joy with your partner and community. And your Ten of Cups. Absolutely beautiful. And from the Eight of Swords, what I'm getting from the Eight of Swords is that when you meet this person, how do I want to say it? You might have a little bit of like trauma, hangover from the way you've been treated in the past. And your person might also feel that way a little bit. You might feel a little overwhelmed. You might feel a little bit spooked by the idea of being in a relationship. And I'm getting that from, you know how she's bound there, and you might want to run away, but also might feel stuck at the same time. You may not have experienced a relationship of this caliber, and that could apply also if you are in a relationship already, that the two of you are just elevating in such a way that it can be a little bit overwhelming or a little bit intimidating, that you might want to run away. And I don't normally get running away from the Eight of Swords. I'm getting fight or flight from it. Freeze actually is what I'm getting from it. I'm getting freeze from this, and needing to tread lightly. But I feel like that's just your nervous system kind of remembering some of the stuff that you've been through. And you know what they say, the only way out is through. So you meeting these feelings again, you remembering in your body remembering the breadcrumbing, the burdens, the pouring in when somebody else was either looking off in other directions or was keeping for themselves, and the fact that you didn't feel that sense of partnership and collaboration and fulfillment and commitment from prior partners. That is on offer for you here. But you might have some old wounds to work through. But I feel like together and in partnership, you will be able to move that very quickly, because I get a sense that, like, with this, you'll know the truth, you'll feel the higher love, you'll be able to, and I'm seeing a horse getting kind of spooked. And what it's reminding me of is that a horse is very majestic. It's also very powerful. It's also very fast moving. It's also very healing. So the horse is all of these qualities, but yet sometimes a horse also has that delicate propensity. Sometimes, you know, if a horse breaks its leg, it can be put out of action. I hope that in this day and age, there's more humanity shown towards horses, and that I don't know if a horse breaks its leg, can they heal it and put it back together, or does it have to be put down? I don't know. But that's what I'm seeing. So and that might be part of the messages as well, is that you're like, is this something in me that's so broken that it can't be fixed? And then I'm being drawn again to that the horse is very healing. This card came out in pile number 1. Flow. Okay. So you're going to have an awakening in love, for sure. In your heart chakra, in your ability to trust, in your ability to collaborate, in your ability to receive love, which might have been a challenge. I feel like you were always really good at giving love, but receiving love might be a bit triggering for you. And this person that you're going to be in flow with is going to really help you with the solidity, the commitment. I'm seeing a lot of the red here. I'm here when you need me. I'm here for fulfillment. I'm not trying to get something from you. I just want to be with you. I want to be by your side. I want to be in your life. I want to flow with you. I want to grow with you. I want to dance with you. I'm getting that for your next partnership. This is really beautiful. I'm really happy for you, pile number 2. And if this doesn't resonate, I would suggest that you maybe take a different pile, because I'm getting very, very strong, romantic love from this. I am going to leave it there, pile number 2. I love you very much. I hope you'll feel called to like and maybe subscribe. And I will see you in another reading, pile number 2. Take care. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. You chose this lovely third eye chakra card. Card number 6. The number of the third eye chakra. The frequency of the third eye chakra is the indigo flower of life. It supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination and our psychic powers. Beautiful. I feel like your surprise is to do with you're having a third eye chakra awakening. Let's pull some tarot and go a little bit deeper into the message. I'm getting really strong Archangel Metatron. I'm getting Metatron's cube. I'm getting sacred geometry. We see the flower of life. I'm hearing your powers of manifestation have really elevated. Your powers of communication, 5D communication, have really elevated. What is the surprise for my pile number 3s? What is the surprise message for my pile number 3s? What is the surprise message for my pile number 3s? Page of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. 8 of Swords. Ace of Swords. Lots of swords energy. Wow. High Priestess. King of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. 2 aces. Wow. I feel like your surprise message is that your downloads are just really on point. That if you've struggled to meditate in the past at all, I feel like that's really not going to be an issue for you going forward in the way that it was before. You might have had something in your mind where you might have been one of these people that was like, oh, I find it really difficult to meditate. Whatever it is that helps you get into that groove or meditative state, and it might not be just sitting down cross-legged and going Om. It might be, you might figure out what it is that you need to do to get yourself into that zone, into that dream time, into that dream space, so that the messages do flow, so that they do connect. And I feel like you're learning whatever it is that works for you and gets you into that equilibrium, into that equanimous state, into that dream time, I'm gonna call it, like the shamanic term, to access these messages and to understand them clearly. I feel like something's going to click for you, and I think that's your surprise. And no longer will you feel like you don't know which way to go, or you don't know which message to trust. You will feel grounded in your ability to connect with those messages, and you'll feel that trust. I'm drawn to her being blindfolded there as well. And it's like, even if you surround me in swords, you bind me, you put me in a cage, you blindfold me. If you take away everything that I am and everything that I have, I can still go here. And you cannot. I'm hearing Viktor Frankl say, the last authentic freedom is you can do what you want to me, but you cannot change. You cannot make me feel a certain way about it, and you cannot make me think a certain thing about it. I am my own. I have the sword of truth. I am connected, and the crown on the sword of truth is really speaking to me, and the hand of God here with the sword of truth is you're very, very connected to your divinity. Maybe you've been practicing remote viewing. Maybe you've been practicing your psychic gifts. Maybe you've been practicing how to go into meditation. And it doesn't happen overnight because it's not a one and done step. And then you have the high priestess here, who of course is this divine, intuitive being. And she has access to scrolls. She's got a crescent moon at her feet. She's got the black and white, which is giving me an understanding and a clarity around the messages. The messages that she receives these are pomegranate seeds, or pomegranates in the background. They lead to fruitful outcomes. They lead to connecting with the divine. She's got a pearl of wisdom on her head. She's got a cross in the middle of her chest. She's giving me Mother Mary vibes as well. So that just really nurturing, but also very pure of intention and pure of heart, and very connected to divinity. And then you've got the King of Cups here. Of course, the King of Cups are very psychic, and of course his throne is in the water, and he's in a blue garb with green cape, and it's got red trim on it. So that's again more truth, psychic knowledge, psychic ability, psychic gifts, access to intuition, access to the dream time, access to messages, communication, being able to channel them in a way that is heartfelt, compassionate, and maybe at this level of mastery, being someone who shares those messages, because I see you then in collaboration. Maybe you build something with the messages that you're giving. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, again, you've got the hand of God here, an offering. You've got a gateway here. So this, whatever is clicking in for you, whatever your surprise is, that's able to help you like plug into your psychic gifts, I feel that's going to give you such a boost and such confidence and such mastery to be able to build something that really, I'm hearing that phrase, build it and they will come. You're on a new stage, and you have confidence and clarity in what it is that you're building, and you're seen as a leader, and you're also seen as somebody who's wise and can be trusted, and somebody who has mastery over their psychic gifts and also their emotions. You're seen as somebody who is, I'm getting spiritual business for you. I'm getting, you could be a tarot reader, you could be an astrologer, somebody who's able to follow omens, read the signs, able to navigate the seen and the unseen. But you're also able to ground that into, with the red trim, you're able to ground that into the earth, and it's a portal for you to be able to move forward into the next stage of what it is that where you're wanting to go. And it's reminding me also of Nelson Mandela. And this comes up in my readings a lot. I always get this message where, he was asked, how does the man who was in prison for 27 years come out and become president of the country? And it's like, what did you do in your cage? You can put me in a cage, but what am I going to do in there? He became president of South Africa in that cage because of what he did with his time, and because he used his invisible resources, his internal unseen resources, in a way that was unseen to the rest of the world. And he became president, and he's a historical figure now because of it. So, indigo child. Indigo repeated. So maybe also you will connect with your star family. Oh my gosh, Storm. So you've got indigo. If this isn't a confirmation, I don't know what is. And then you've got the pink. Inspire, heart, dialogue, action, passion, community. I feel like you're building community through your psychic gifts. And you've got third eye here also. and she's got a heart at the third eye. So your third eye is really connected to your heart space, but it's on fire. It's really, you're having a third eye awakening, or another third eye awakening, and you're really downloading a lot of the gifts that you had access to in previous lives, that you had built up in previous lives, and you're adding to them and expanding them, and getting a lot of creativity for you as well. Actually, we've got the throat chakra here on both cards, and here it's like Metatron's cube, and here it's a heart. And we talked about Metatron at the beginning, and Metatron, they say, is the only archangel who had an actual incarnation on Earth. And the indigo child often is also, can be associated with, off-planet or very unique gifts. You're very connected to the cosmos. And like through her hair, you've got the stars here, you're guiding light for other people. You have this beautiful way of really being able to, I'm hearing from the beginning of The Little Prince, the heart can see what the eyes cannot. You're really able to perceive and to teach and to communicate and to really serve humanity, to serve yourself, to serve the cosmos with this explosion of, we've got the trifecta here of the third eye chakra energy. The purple is just, it's amazing. And there's a playfulness also about Archangel Metatron. And it's also reminding me of the kind of the galactic, plus the precisional of the galactic. The, how do I want to put it? I'm hearing that, the phrase Yahweh Vahe, like the oldest name for God. Everything in the universe there is a thinking stuff. It's of one substance, and it's your ability to I'm seeing you being able to see the matrix and to be able to make sense of it. I don't know if you've ever seen The Librarians, that TV show, but the one who's got the redhead girl, I forget what her name is, Cassandra. She's able to kind of see things, and she's able to kind of work through, she's almost like a working computer, the way she's able to just perceive knowledge. So I feel like you have a really scientific and a really logical way to interface with this energy. I also feel like you're probably very well able to, so I'm getting technology, but cosmic technology for you, and able to ground it into earth. And I was listening to someone talk about how, if we were to go at the speed of light, there has to be some sort of interface that's different, that lets us communicate with beings that are on, more than 2 million light years away, because it would take 2 million years for the messages to get there. So I'm just seeing you being able to kind of fold space. I'm seeing Dune. So I'm getting that steampunk vibe for you. Like the ancient and the traditional and the mechanical, but also with the light technology. Really, really interesting. I feel like you're just going to have something click in for you, and that's your surprise, that's just going to rocket launch you into things that you couldn't even begin to imagine in the past, that you've yearned for without even being able to kind of put words on it, but also because it's your soul. Your soul already knows. Your heart already knows. Your heart speaks the language of the soul, and it's just a matter of divine timing, which is frequency, and all those baby steps and all those years and all those practices and all those conversations and all of the lessons that you learned and all of the giving that you did and all of the receiving that you've had. It's all for purpose, and your purpose is just stunningly beautiful. And then I'm seeing this now, this is card number 3, but your pile number 3, we've got card number 3 here, and we've got card number 3 here. It's okay to feel it all. Cleanse, collapse the old, realignment. I just really feel that you're just having this cosmic kind of rebirth. And then I'm getting 3, 3, 3, 27, 9. So there's a lot of like a 3 cubed is 27. 27 breaks down to a 9. You've got the 9 is reminding me of the 9 is a completion. It's also reminding me of the Hermit as well. So you just I feel like a lot of things are coming together for you, pile number 3, and numerology might be a thing for you as well that might be coming online, or maybe you'll start seeing patterns and signs and information in numbers as well. So if this resonated, please consider commenting and subscribing. And I will hope to see you at another reading, pile number 3. I think that this leaves your message in a lovely, complete place. And I am wishing you an amazing rest of your day. Take care, pile number 3. Sending you lots of love. Bye.